Today, we have to cook some meat on the side of the road.
Hello.
Hola a todos.
We're here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, and this is going to be a little bit of a different video. It's going to be in English. Most of our videos are in Spanish, if you're new to the channel.
And usually so Dylan's in my position right now.
So true, Dylan's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother is usually with me. That's why it's called Zuvic brothers, not Zuvic siblings.
Yes, I'm the sister.
She's been in a couple, right?
Yeah, a couple.
Y chicos, vamos a poner subtítulos abajo. Creo que mi hermana lo va a hacer. Ojalá, ojalá.
Sí. Y él va a pagarme, entonces. Todo bien.
Si no hay subtítulos, perdón. Perdón, chicos, en el futuro él va a hacerlo. ¿No?
Si no hay subtítulos, bueno, yo fallé, ¿sí?
Sí, pues, okay, so this video is about us doing a little bit of a experiment regarding our diet. So as a disclaimer, we need to say first off that we aren't dietary specialists, experts. We are people that like to do experiments and just see how things play out.
So we're going to start off with 30 days only eating meat and
only beef.
Only beef. Basically, it's called ruminant meat. So I guess the animals that have like 4 stomachs, as far as I understand, and they digest that way. Anyway, we got it off this woman who's named Michaela Peterson. Sorry.
The daughter of Jordan Peterson, the psychologist, famous psychologist from Canada. You might have heard of him. If you haven't, we're gonna put the links to those videos below. Also, there's a doctor named Sean Baker who does a podcast with Joe Rogan talking about his experience doing the carnivore diet, they call it, for
but he's
a
been
year.
living, yeah, exactly.
So he's been doing it for a year, and he kind of goes deeper into the science about it. So we're not gonna get too scientific about it because we would be talking out of our asses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because we know nothing. But we're going to try this for 30 days. We might extend it depending on how things go. And I'm really curious to see how it affects my mood, my energy level, my skin, and my muscle gain or loss, or just in general how it affects the appearance of my body.
Right, yeah, exactly. So we've always been curious about how your diet truly affects your well-being, whether it be, you know, your appearance, your mood, everything in between. So we kind of just figured, okay, this is a good way. They call it an elimination diet, okay? Because you're only eating beef. Beef, water, and salt. So you're only doing that for at least 30 days. So we're gonna do it for at least 30 days.
And we're gonna fast as well. So
exactly.
Basically, we're gonna fast 16 hours between meals every day.
So you have an 8-hour window, and then you can you have to fast for 16 hours before your next meal. So today is day 2.
Yes. And I was feeling a little bit lethargic today, but pushed through it. Wasn't totally, didn't feel clarity. But I also recognize that I've quit coffee and I've quit all the other foods. So I had a headache as well, and I think that was from coffee.
Exactly. So like, that's why they call it like an elimination diet, because you're definitely going to see benefits from quitting processed sugars or processed foods, like carbohydrates like bread and stuff like that, wheat, gluten, all this stuff. Coffee in moderation is good.
Alcohol, no alcohol.
None of that.
There might be benefits that we see, and it might not necessarily even be from like the meat per se, but from
just
not,
from eliminating.
Yeah, from not eating the other food. So that's also something we're curious about. For example, if we feel that we're getting more energy, it's because when we watched the other videos, we saw these people who had received many benefits from this kind of lifestyle, basically. So we're just going to try it out for a short amount of time, and after 30 days or maybe 6 weeks, depending, we're going to start adding things in very slowly.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll start reintroducing other food groups. Like obviously I'm going to try coffee as soon as possible. It's not a food group, but I mean, it should be.
And we thought this would be the perfect time to start this journey because of COVID and the lack of like mobility that is available.
Restaurants aren't really open.
Nothing's really open.
Did we have anything else we wanted to add?
I'm really nervous and excited to do this. I've never we should talk about ketosis. I've never been in a state of ketosis.
Right, exactly. So this will be the first time that we won't actually be using glucose for energy. We'll be using fat. So that's going to be a trip in itself, right? Because I've never actually been able to pull that off.
And apparently, some people react very differently at the beginning of this change of diet. Some people get diarrhea. So I'm wondering.
Yeah, I definitely haven't excreted for 2 days. But today's the second day, so we'll see how it goes. I felt like a little lethargic. I felt like I was off in the morning, but then later on in the day, I hit like this second wave. And wasn't really hungry anymore, but I knew I just like had to eat because I was like fasting for I think like around 18 hours at that point. So far so good, nothing too out of the ordinary. I do have like a little headache, but I think that's because of the coffee.
We're also really excited to try all these different kinds of meat, and we're sorry to all the vegans out there.
Yeah, I mean
but this is grass, so we're getting the meat from what company?
Butcher Box in Canada.
Yeah, and that was actually mentioned in the videos we watched in the Joe Rogan show experience rather. And so we got this 2 huge boxes of different kinds of meat, steak and ground beef, and what did you eat today?
Bone marrow.
Bone marrow?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah, so we'll definitely have some videos going throughout this whole thing. Like I know this is like the intro. We'll see how it plays out. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. It's probably gonna it's gonna go to the next part of this video.
There you go.
After this.
So we'll see you soon in the next cut. Ooh, look at that. Our spices today, salt. Salt and more salt. And some red bloody stuff. Let's do this. Getting the perfect texture, you know? The key to cooking lean ground beef, it's a very skillful thing. You need to stir, constantly stir, because you might burn it. You never know. You never know, right? Guys, Michelin star.
We've been eating for 7 days straight, just meat, salt and water. Dylan over there has been eating everything that's normal, what a normal person would eat.
Whipped cream pie, chocolate whipped cream pie.
Yeah, guys, all right, first thing we need to talk about is the cravings. Cravings are out of control, especially when you're surrounded by people that are eating, you know, scrumptious food.
Coffee cake with coffee.
Yeah, my mom, I was talking about pie one night. I was like, Gabby, what's your favorite pie? She was just like, yeah. We were just naming pies. And then the next day, my mom gets this chocolate whipped cream pie. And it's just sitting there on the table. She's like, look what I got. I've gone through stages of anger and serious complaining.
I discovered that I really love raspberries. I really love raspberries.
Yeah, so if anything, this diet does make you feel grateful for the normal food that you eat, the normal food that we ate before all of this.
And I'm down 2 pounds. I'm not looking to lose weight, but I am down 2 pounds. So that's an interesting finding there. Day 7.
We've also made some beef jerky as well. So that's been important. It's actually very simple, I guess, like what you do. Sorry, Dylan. Dylan's making a protein shake. So after our work, we just finished our workout. Dylan's eating like a protein shake, looks nice and scrumptious. Me and Gabby are eating, well, I had some beef jerky, which is nice for a snack.
Typically, well, you have to dehydrate it for about 8 hours.
Yeah, we have a dehydrator.
It only has salt on it because we can't have it, on this diet, we're not having anything but salt.
Salt, beef, water. 3 days after the first day, I had explosive diarrhea, and it woke me up in the middle of the night. I didn't shit the bed, but
this time.
I didn't shit the bed, but like I literally was like, it's like, you know when you have to puke in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
And you run to the washroom? That's literally what it was, except it like hurt a lot. And it was just disgusting. Yeah. So.
And the fasting has been interesting, not too hard, but just a little bit weak in the morning sometimes. I've never fasted before, so that's a little bit of an experience. But I've been doing yoga every day. Woo!
Yeah, we've been exercising. Gabby did the yoga, and we've been doing like high intensity interval training, so that's been good. I have gotten some like papules, pimples, I think, but I'm not sure. I can't really say that it's due to this stuff. Gabby says it might be because the toxins are being pushed out of our system.
Which sounds very new age. But
No, I said that might be some new age bullshit.
Or stone age, that, you know?
So yeah, this is what I'm eating right now for like my first meal of the day. Just a plate of ground beef, dude. So that's it. That's the day 7 update, guys. Gabby, you got anything else?
I feel really good right now.
Yeah, I feel good.
2 workouts today. I went for a walk.
Feel
I
good.
wouldn't say I have like total clarity, but I think I feel more clear than the other 6 previous days. So maybe we're on the bend with a little bit more energy and a little bit less cravings, I hope.
Yeah, my cravings had got down. At this time yesterday, I was literally like a toxic person, just talking about how stupid this is. It was hard to be around me. But I'm good now, I feel better. Cravings are going down, kind of accepted everything. I think it's because like we're literally eating 0 sugar in our diet. And this is the first time in my life that I've ever eaten 0 sugar, ever. So it makes sense that there's some withdrawal.
There's no crashes after you eat. I've noticed that in the last couple of days, right? So when you eat a lot of bread, you notice that you're really tired afterwards and you need to rest. I don't feel that right now.
Me neither, but like honestly, if that's the only benefit, don't give no fucks!
Yeah. But yeah,
that's it, day 7, baby.
No.
We don't eat carbohydrates anymore, so we have to get our energies from fat. So recently, we were on day 11, right? Day 11?
Day 11.
And was feeling a little fatigued, a little burnt out. So the other day I was like, Gabby, I made a huge mistake, by the way. So I ordered a bunch of steaks the first time, and I ordered ribeyes, top sirloin, strip loin, filet mignon. But what I did was pretty much, I realized that I liked like the filet mignon and the strip loin and the sirloin, the top sirloin a lot. So I just ordered like only filet mignon, top sirloin, and burgers, and like none of that has like fat. So I think I'm lacking fat right now. So the other day, Gabby gave me steak, and it was a ribeye, and it had a lot of fat in it. So right after, I felt like way more energized. So I realized, I'm definitely lacking fat right now. So we bought this tallow.
Yeah, it's kind of
right
like
here.
lard, right? But it's from beef.
Yeah, so it's...
So not a lot of people know about it, and we couldn't get it at a lot of stores. I had to go to a butcher shop, which I don't usually spend time going to butcher shops, but you know, had to go to it, and it was actually a really awesome store. So
cool.
Here we are.
Yeah, we're learning new things. We had to search around for this stuff.
Give it a sniff, Evan.
We went to a health food store.
Mm-hmm.
It smells good. Are you sure there's not added stuff in here?
Should just be tallow. It says grass-fed beef tallow.
Oh, it smells great.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are just weird now.
It smells good.
No, it actually feels pretty good.
It's not bad.
Smells pretty good, right? Now,
Alright.
let's get a scoopity doopity here. How big are you going?
Grass-fed beef in this. Right, this. Alright, this is what we're doing.
Oh, that's gnarly.
I think one's bigger.
Right?
So
Yeah.
I'm braver.
No, this isn't normally how we would do it.
It's not bad though, eh?
No.
They're going to make you feel great.
It reminds me of like stuffing.
Yeah.
Like
There's like
a tint.
rosemary or something? Or?
Yeah, something like that.
But there's not rosemary in it, so.
I know. There's not much flavor to it besides that like light rosemary taste.
I think you should swallow it before it melts. Because as it's melting, it's getting harder to eat. What?
Gross.
Yeah.
Not the best. I'm gonna melt this in my burgers. I'm gonna add it to my burgers in the pan. And my steaks as well. I'm just gonna put it on everything.
It wasn't actually bad
Probably just get
considering
another
we
one
just
of these.
ate pure fat. It was not bad.
How many like calories are there per scoop?
Let's see. 1 tablespoon, which is basically what we had, it's 130 calories. And it is all fat. So
How many grams of fat?
14 grams of fat.
I have
There
no
we
idea. If that's
Hope you
good or
enjoyed
not.
the little clip.
Day 15 and Gabby's melted chocolate.
Yes, for Dylan, not for me. And he's not paying me anything. I tried to get him to pay
What
me
are
$11.
you doing, dude?
You know, well, I said I would make it. I don't mind. He wasn't gonna make it because he was working, so.
This hurts me, man.
I know. So this is ultimate discipline, by the way.
Jesus
I hope
Christ,
I impress everyone. I can't even lick the spoon, the chocolate spoon over there.
You can't do anything but eat beef and other ruminant animals.
We had lamb one day.
Yeah, that's true. We did have lamb chops on the barbecue, which was very nice. It was a good change.
Yeah.
Funny thing though, we bought sausages because we were pumped. We're like, yeah, sausages.
Yeah,
lamb sausages, expensive lamb sausages.
Expensive.
And then I was like looking at it and I was like, yeah, you see this looks like a leaf or
There's
like spices.
sausages in there, bud.
Yeah, we can't.
I know we can't eat it, Mom. That was a story. That was they were just
green in it.
because there was like rosemary inside the lamb sausages. We couldn't actually eat them.
Yeah.
So
I spent like 5 minutes.
that was a total buzzkill. We had to throw out the lamb sausages.
We didn't throw them out. We gave them to our.
I mean, not throw them out. I mean, just pretty much disregard them and not think about them anymore. But we had lamb chops, which were good. The other day, I had like a very bad headache. It was almost like I was hungover. I worked out twice that day, and it was super hot the first time I worked out. I worked out at like 2 p.m. during like peak sun hours, and it was like 32 plus degrees, and the humidity was ridiculous. And I didn't drink that much water during the day. And then at nighttime I played like pickleball. I don't know if you haven't heard of it, look it up, it's the best. I just thought I was dying of a hangover at nighttime. So I think it had to do with electrolytes and how much water I was consuming. So I drank a ton of water. I've been salting the shit out of our food. I drink water with salt, and things have been pretty good on that front. We got some potassium tablets. I took one yesterday and I took one today because supposedly that could be an issue, getting your potassium. I don't feel any different, to be honest. So I don't know, maybe that wasn't the case.
You haven't had the big hangover feeling, though.
I haven't had a big hangover feeling, but I haven't had that for like a couple days now.
You still haven't excreted fecal matter?
It's been days since I've shit. I lost 4 pounds, and yeah, I look like I look shredded. That's about it. We're gonna keep hustling. Gabby's gonna keep making these fucking chocolate protein bars, and then we're gonna have to wait like at least 15 more days to eat some of this. We're going camping this weekend.
Shish kebabs. Well, just kebabs.
Yeah. See you guys soon.
Bye. Hey guys. So today we have to cook some meat on the side of the road because we're heading on an 8-hour trip back home to our grandpa's house, and can't buy food anywhere else because nowhere else just sells just meat, like just beef.
Right.
They always have additives, right? So our friend lent us this cooker right here. So nice.
We gotta set up this cooker, guys.
We've got on the menu today. We have hip tenderized steak club pack.
Nice.
And we have 3 of these strip loin steaks here.
Nice, perfect.
Yeah, we're hoping to eat it all because we're really hungry. We haven't eaten since yesterday, about at 2 or something like that.
That's the game plan.
So here we go, guys.
Set this up, cook that up, get on the road.
On the road again. So how do we cook this?
I think you gotta like
You gotta plug this.
put this in here. So you gotta hit that.
There we go.
So we're gonna cook the meat in a pot.
Because our friend gave us a pot. We thought he was getting us a pan and we didn't check the bag beforehand, which was stupid.
Just put like a little bit at a time, right?
Yeah, just one at a time.
We'll just eat it as we go.
Yeah. I just do one, eat it, do another one, eat it.
Here we go, guys. I don't even know how to feel right now.
Yeah, or whatever.
And now the chef adds the final touch.
Oh my god.
Oh, what?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Tenderized steak.
What would you give it, Gab?
It's like a 7. 7's alright.
7's great. 7's good.
Good. 7's like, I'm hungry and I'll eat it. We're more dedicated than Joe Rogan, so.
Not bad.
Here we are. I don't even think it'll fit, but we'll make it work. It'll work, guys. Don't worry.
That's hilarious.
It's gonna be a good day.
Steak's better, right?
Last one.
All right, let's hit it. That's how you do the carnivore diet or the lion diet on the road.
Yeah, got some meat in my teeth.
Got some meat in the teeth, meat in the tummy. Now we got an 8-hour ride ahead of us.
Hello. This morning I'm eating ground beef with a big spoon that I cooked ground beef with because I moved into the new apartment with my mom. Evan is not here. And I am practicing my Spanish with Vicente, who has a really great YouTube channel. It is day 21. I feel fine. I slept in a sleeping bag on the floor. I still feel alright. But I'm definitely super excited to return to a more normal diet because I love food. And eating just meat, even if you vary it, it's still not very varied to me.
What's up, fellas? Okay, so we're on day 25 here in our adventure.
Yeah.
Sorry for my hair. We just finished an exercise, hence I'm
No big deal.
Oh.
My muscles.
Yeah. Just cooking up our post-workout meal.
Listen,
so guys,
we've got quite the variety. Listen, guys, I'm cutting Evan off.
can you hold this and
Yeah.
so there's better lighting?
Yeah.
Alright, there we go.
So Evan's gonna explain this to you.
No, you can explain it.
All right, I'm gonna explain this. So right here we have the butcher box ground beef,
Yeah,
which
butcher
is
box,
lean.
lean ground beef, low fat.
And then right here we got like the value bar ground beef, which isn't lean, or at least it never said anything about lean and it doesn't look so lean.
I don't think it's grass-fed either.
It's not grass fed. And we're just looking at the difference right now. And even right now, like this one was simmering quite a bit, like sizzling up, and I think there's just more fat, right? And so this one, you can see more water in it. And we're gonna compare the taste, and we also have a little game we're gonna play too. We bought 3 different varieties of carbonated water. Yeah, so we're gonna see which one we like the best. And we're gonna get Dylan involved with that too. So stay tuned.
Okay, so first Gabby's gonna try the butcher box, grass-fed, expensive ass meat.
Where you got half the portion, actually. I think it's probably the same price, half the portion.
Yeah.
And then we got this other one. What? Let's see how this goes. Definitely a different taste.
Is there? Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I don't know how you just define this taste. Let's try to find a word. Okay. This is pretty juicy, actually. Well, I mean, the non-lean is non-lean, so it's fattier.
Yeah,
Definitely tastes
nice.
greasier, but actually, if you taste this, kind of a juicy lightness to this one. A little bit. I feel like the variety is good. This is variety for us at this point in our lives. Yeah.
Which one would you prefer?
I think I would say the fatty one, but mostly because
There's just more fat in it?
it's more fat, but it's also just different.
Yeah, because we've just only been eating
So I just have the thought right now of like having a meal and divide. You know how in a meal you usually have like 3 different foods,
at least.
like a protein, a carb,
Sugar.
starch. This we would just have 3 different ground beefs. That's where we're at.
So that's it for that test. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it just comes up to we're lacking variety, so just the change is nice.
And
There
it's
is a
just
slight
like-
change.
Yeah, and we've spent a lot of money on meat so far, not gonna lie. So the ground beef here, this non-grass-fed ground beef, is way cheaper.
Yeah, it's way cheaper, and I don't know. Supposedly, there isn't that much of a difference health-wise.
So
It's what we read on the internet, so
yeah,
I mean it could be wrong, but it is expensive.
we're not really feeling the meat diet as much. We're fully committed right now. Just not even meat, just beef, and
Yeah,
salt. But we're probably gonna come out of this with very minor changes to our physique and you know, health benefits in general. We didn't really get them, so maybe we're the odd ones out. But
We feel good though, like
Yeah.
feel like normal so far. Like, I mean,
we just came to the realization that food and a variety of food is a big part of our lives. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on food.
yeah, we've been watching some home-cooked meals, and we're gonna make the shit out of some food when we're done this.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, so we have San Pellegrino, Perrier, and this President's Choice carbonated natural spring water, kind of like a no-name brand.
And
Mary's cooking more steak because I guess her big-ass bowl of ground beef wasn't good enough.
wasn't enough.
All right, Dylan, let's try it out, buddy.
Here we have a wine glass, and then 2 glasses that aren't the same. I bet you I can guess which one I'm gonna like the most. I think it's gonna be the wine glass because it's super bubbly. Check it out. I'll do this one first. There's minimal bubbles in that one.
Good comment.
These two are pretty similar.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh my god, it's super tough. I actually don't even know which one I like the most.
But are they? Do they taste similar?
Yeah.
Take another sip in.
Very
Oh, really?
similar.
What if we have extra 2 senses to the water?
You guys might, honestly. Alright, I like this one more than this one. That one's will do. I like this one the most. Which one is this one?
That's Perrier.
Is this Perrier?
Yeah, it's Perrier.
Okay.
Dylan likes Perrier, so now we gotta check out what I like. Dylan, now you have to do it in random glasses.
Yes,
Just
now
remember
it's
which
random
glasses they are.
glasses.
We have water, water, and water. This is the taste test. Here we go. 3 waters, 1 boy, and his sister. Quick water. Quick normal water.
Alright, that's normal water. Non-bubbly.
Brita filtered normal water. Tap water.
Alright, what are you choosing first?
Alright, so we're gonna go with this one right now.
Okay.
You want to neutralize your palate with some steak?
Impressions?
That one's good.
Alright.
That one's good.
And then he's going wine glass.
I mean, that one's good too.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, eh?
They all do taste so similar.
Yeah, I know, it's like, they are very similar.
They are so similar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat mine with the steak. It's gonna be so good.
This one is like real fizzy. So I'm gonna guess this is Perrier.
Nice, yeah, that's
It
Perrier,
is.
yeah.
Perrier is real fizzy.
I like Perrier the most. It's like subtle, but it is.
I do like it.
What do you think that one is?
That one's good. This one has to be like the no-name shit.
Yeah. Oh, nice. You did it pretty good now.
It's my turn.
Alright, I'll do it. Alright, so conclusion, Evan, what do you think?
I think I like either San Pellegrino and Perrier. It's pretty similar. It's pretty close.
So, San Pellegrino or Perrier?
San Pellegrino. Yeah, you're right. The Perrier has like a deeper.
Yeah, it's like,
That's pretty good.
it like tingles the whole time.
I think Perrier, if you have too much, you could just like destroy yourself.
Stomach, yeah.
San Pellegrino is like.
Subtle. It's more. I'm just
I
mixing.
think I could drink more
subtle.
San Pellegrino than I do drink Perrier, but I think Perrier is like real. Yeah, I think it's more carbonated. It tastes more carbonated.
All right, Gabby's turn.
Gabby is eating her sirloin baseball cut steak.
Neutralizer. So.
Yeah, after a big ass bowl of lean ground beef.
There's a burn. There's a throat burn. Go.
Just like one
cleanse the palate.
Yeah, that looks like a good steak. It looks like you've gotten pretty good at cooking steaks.
Yeah. So that's what I learned over the time.
And you fried that, right?
Yeah, fried it.
Yeah, one thing I've learned is barbecued steaks are way better on the grill.
Yeah.
Way better.
Alright, number 2. Less of a throat burn. Tingle. That's why I think people drink soda, because they're like, burn.
I like it.
Oh, this one's like more of a throat burn.
Whoa.
Oh, what is it?
So what do you guess? What is your favorite? And then guess which one's which.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna say this is a no-name. Shit, he's huge.
What's your favorite?
I'm trying to figure this out. It's between these two. That one's, I think that one's a no name and it's not my favorite. That's what I think.
Bougie.
Yeah. Sorry. Shit. Is this one the Perrier? And then that one's the San Pellegrino.
Which one do you like the most?
This is hard.
I mean, okay, so they're both like pretty similar then, eh? They are really
I think
similar.
this one's Perrier, yeah. Alright. This Perrier is the most carbonated one, which I think is the Perrier, and I think it's this one, is my favorite.
What's that one, Dylan?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh,
This is
nice.
San Pellegrino?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
So we can all we figure out that the most carbonated tasting one is Perrier, and it's our favorite.
And I think it's my favorite because it reminds me, like the throat tingling sensation is like a flavor in my head. It's
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
extra
It's almost like
element.
pop with the
Yeah, chocolate,
yeah.
sugar, and everything like that. So I feel like, because I used to like root beer a lot, because it like kind of rips down my throat, and then I would
Yeah.
have some food with it. I would not do that, and that contrast is why I like it. So I think that's why I like Perrier.
I like Perrier as well.
Yeah.
Case closed, folks. We like Perrier. What's up, guys? So today is day 30, the best day of my life. So what we're gonna do here is I got 3 New York strip loin steaks right here. For the last couple of days, I've just been eating pretty much strip loin steaks. These steaks exactly, actually, from M&M Market. I don't know if that's worldwide. It's probably just Canada. But just keeping it simple by getting these strip loin steaks. I like the taste. They have a good amount of fat in them. And yeah, they taste fucking good. That's pretty much it. And I'm sick of eating lean ground beef. Yesterday I had like 6 steaks. The day before I had 6 steaks. Been having 6 steaks like every day for a couple days now. Last like 4 days. Looking good. Check it out. This is breakfast. So I just finished an exercise, so it's about noon right now. So I've been fasting for a long time. I've noticed like since like eating is no longer really enjoyable, I just get it over with like earlier on in the day, and I end up like fasting for like 20 hours because I just like finish it at like 5, and I don't eat till like 1 o'clock the next day or whatever. So I just end up fasting for longer, which has been fine. Like I've been which I think has been good. Like I've gotten a lot of results like physically, I think, but I think it has a lot to do with the fasting. Also, I'm not eating carbs, right, obviously, so there's no sugar in carbs, and I'm not storing fat that way. No grains, no greasy foods, so cutting out all that stuff obviously helped. But yeah, I think like I'm seeing like a decent amount of physical benefits. It's been a long ride. Honestly, it was a lot harder than I expected. Gabby is not here right now. We're gonna meet up and we're gonna do a recap, and we'll go over the whole thing.
This is where the magic happens. I might have overcooked it, but that's it. That's a good promising color right there, actually. I'm okay with that. Can you see that? Okay. First bite. Very good. So far. I'm like halfway through. I like that it crisped the edges up. That's good. And then it's actually pretty nice inside. It's kind of like a medium rare. It's going well. Cooked evenly in the middle there. Yeah. And this is like the bad quality steak. I mean, because when I grilled it on the fryer yesterday, it was not so, it was kind of tough. It was still medium rare, but it was a little bit tough. And this, I think, made it a little bit softer in a way, like a little bit easier to eat. Another thing is I think that the salt that I put on beforehand on both sides just kind of like rubbed it in with my finger, to be honest. It seeped in really well while it was cooking, so you get this nice, even, salty flavor, which is great. My last meal.
Dudes, we're here with Gabby and Dylan in the back. Dylan's got 2 large blizzards. I got 1 large blizzard. Reese's Pieces cookie dough and peanut butter. Gabby's got 1.
I ate half the Dylan's too.
I feel like shit now, but it was totally worth it.
It's the best kind of shit.
This is the celebration for
First
eating
long
beef
time.
for 30 days.
That's my mom.
Okay, so 4 days ago, we finished the lion diet, where you can only eat ruminant animals. That means beef, bison, deer, probably a moose,
Sheep.
sheep, cordero. How do you say that in English? You can eat
Lamb.
its goat. A lamb. That's what it is. How did it go? All right, so it was tough.
It was tough. Yeah, there
It
were
was
a
a
lot
lot
of
harder.
cravings.
It's a lot harder than I expected. I thought that I could easily do it. And I mean, we did do it, but it wasn't easy. Especially if you're around people that are eating normal stuff.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, so you realize like how many ingredients everything has. If you make a simple dish, it's gonna have more than 10 ingredients usually, right? And that I make, including like spices, and stuff like salt, pepper.
Yeah, because we didn't have any spices except for salt, so we couldn't even go to the convenience store and eat anything convenient because we were on this. So we had to.
So it wasn't convenient at all.
Yeah, we had to cook meat on the side of the road when we went camping, right?
Yeah, yeah, totally. So yeah, you'd like always need like access to like an oven or a stove or just like a frying pan. You need to have.
Yeah, and you need to be thinking about what you're going to be eating ahead of time and have all of that planned. Otherwise, you're just going to be fasting for a really long time until the next time that you can eat. So that was hard. And then if you don't have enough of the meat, it is expensive.
Let's go to the pros for us.
No crash after you eat. So because you're not spiking your insulin because you're eating mostly fat and protein. You're not eating those carbohydrates, which are going to spike your insulin levels up and then make them fall dramatically later on. So you're not getting that mood crash and the tiredness after a meal.
You can eat quite a bit of meat and then just continue like working without like feeling like you're super bogged down. So that's a good pro. It's a good pro. We were able to see if we were actually affected by the foods we eat.
Yeah.
So it allowed us to actually be like, oh, if I am breaking out or I have like a upset stomach or some kind of issue, bodily issue, I don't know, it could be like, I don't know, you have a rash or like you're getting like heartburn or you feel tired or something. We were able to devise, okay, well, it's not because we're eating a certain type of food, right?
Yeah, it was an extreme elimination diet. So you're taking out all of that food. And what we were going to do, if we found out that, say, our skin was abnormally, like, really clear, or we didn't realize but we were in such a better mood on this diet or something like that, or we had crazy energy, then what we were going to do was slowly introduce the food back. Like we said at the very beginning of this video, that was always the plan, to slowly introduce the food back. But what ended up happening is we didn't see any extreme benefits, anything that would make it worthwhile to give up the variety that eating a variety of food gives you, and that just that joy that you get from being able to eat anything and everything.
Right. Yeah, and then, like what we realized was like we're some of like the few lucky people that can pretty much eat anything without seeing reactions to the food, right? So like a lot of people, they'll get a lot of inflammation right?
Yeah.
When they eat like foods that cause like inflammatory responses, and we weren't eating any inflammatory foods. I didn't notice any kind of increase.
And if anything, like my mood was either the same
Or
a
worse.
little worse. And it wasn't that I felt like nutrient deficient. That wasn't it. I was grumpy because I couldn't eat what I wanted to eat. So
Yeah, exactly.
Another positive of this diet, not necessarily continuing it, but just doing a month of this diet, is just to put yourself in someone else's shoes who might
Right.
have intolerances and, you know, might have to go to restaurants and say that
Right.
a very long list of allergies, and just be more understanding that way, because it was very difficult.
And hanging out in social situations,
Yeah, in social
you're like more of a
situations,
burden,
you
right?
feel like an a-hole. You feel like
Yeah, right. It's like I
yeah,
can't- especially since it's like meat too. It's not like you're like
yeah.
I'm a vegan, right? Because I like
Right,
you know,
yeah. So we
because,
don't
you know,
really have this-
I'm pro animals. No, it's
Yeah.
like I only eat animals.
Yeah, so on this diet is interesting because we don't really have the moral high ground, right? So we can't be like, oh, we're trying to save the animals because we're eating more.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of get that empathy. We
Yeah,
learn
for
to
people.
empathize with people that have restrictive diets.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
because they have reactions to certain foods.
Yeah, and they're not lucky enough, like us, we're so fortunate to not have extreme depression and
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of major disorder, whether that be mental or
Right.
physical, that we have to therefore change our diet to try to help us.
Right, so we were able to pretty much distinguish that our diet isn't affecting our mood.
Yeah,
Really, it's not like
which is great.
yeah,
news.
exactly. So it's not affecting our own mood. It's not affecting our skin.
It's not really
It's not, like,
affecting our
affecting-
energy levels that much.
Well, we realized that we actually before had a good diet.
Yeah.
Like we were eating very healthy.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people see benefits from this diet partially because they may be eating poorly beforehand.
And they're
like
taking
eating-
out all that shit.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, you're not
So-
drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
You know, you're not drinking coffee. If you're doing what we did, like our
Yeah.
super fucking
Yeah,
hardcore.
we didn't do
But, like, you take out the coffee, you take out the alcohol.
sugar. We had
Sugar.
no vices. There's nothing
Right.
like, oh, it's been a really hard day at work. I'm going to have a drink or
Yeah,
have some
some
ice
stuff.
cream.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I made.
But also there was like no like reward system. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think like you should be like, I went to work today, I should eat cake. You know what I'm saying?
No, so we weren't
But,
rewarding
like-
ourselves with food, which is something that I think the Western society likes to do anyway, and food is marketed to us that way. Like, we deserve it. You're having a bad day, have a Kit Kat bar or a Snickers.
I mean, Westerns like Europe as well for sure.
Another positive of this diet, just practicing discipline,
Yeah, it was
practicing,
a discipline practice.
practicing saying no to things.
Exactly.
Getting comfortable with setting limits for yourself, because this diet was all about, setting limits, making sure that you're true to what you set out to do. Even though it gets really hard, like we went camping, there was so much good food there, we were having great conversation with friends, they were passing marshmallows around.
Right.
And we wanted to participate. And we also realized how big food is in general
Exactly.
in
part of the experience.
part of the experience, social experience when you're with
Exactly.
people, and you don't feel as part of it when you're not eating the food with them. There's something admirable though about being able to control yourself and say no if you've committed to something.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like we've weighed the pros and cons.
I slept pretty well, so
Yeah, you slept good.
so I don't know if that was eliminating coffee, or I do think like sugar before bed isn't a good idea. So I would say I went to bed quite quickly. I didn't spend a lot of time staring up at the ceiling at nighttime.
I lost quite a bit of fat. I mean, 5 pounds of fat in like in a month's time.
And I did too. I lost some fat. I don't know if I lost weight because we also were exercising, so I
Yeah.
think I gained some muscle. That being said, both of us were pretty fit beforehand, so maybe we didn't have as many dramatic results as other people.
Right. It's a good point. It could be a really good diet for someone that is trying to lose weight because it's such a restriction diet. Like you are
Yeah.
just taking away all that processed food and all that
Yeah.
shit. That if you normally are eating that shit, like I always say, like say you take an obese person, the easiest way for them to lose weight is literally substitute anything they're drinking with water. So you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that's,
and because we eat so much fat suppresses your appetite. right? Although we didn't necessarily enjoy our meals by the end of it, we weren't hungry in between meals for the most part, as long as we made sure to eat enough food. At the beginning, we didn't know how much meat was enough meat, and then we had to buy tallow.
Yeah,
which
that was
is
a big step.
Yeah, to supplement our fat.
Make sure we got enough
intake,
fat.
yeah.
Especially since we were exercising quite a bit.
And we had so much salt as well. Like
Yeah.
I've never consumed as much salt knowingly than I have on this diet.
You know, I'm eating around people like my mom, my grandpa, and like, you know, they have old school ways of thinking.
And they weren't
for diet.
pro-diet. They
And
didn't
they're
want
like,
us to be on this
you know,
diet.
obviously,
right?
like, they bred me.
Yeah, people. You think you're
too
gonna
much
get
red
scurvy,
meat. Yeah.
but it turns out if you don't eat the carbohydrates and spike your insulin, then you're gonna get enough vitamin C from the meat.
Yeah.
Especially since we're eating good meat, we weren't eating, for the most part, we weren't eating bad quality meat.
Yeah.
Wait, cons, really quickly. Generally not being able to participate in the social aspect of eating food with your friends and your family.
Yeah, which is like a big thing, I think, for us. Especially since like I travel so much and like part of like culture is just eating. You know, like every time you travel, like one of my favorite things is just trying the food.
Yeah.
Right, and not having that ability, I like felt pretty left out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then how expensive the diet is.
Expensive.
I've never
spent like $1,500 on meat in
I
a
spent a
month.
lot of money. So
It's really expensive if you want to eat like the healthiest stuff. It's inconvenient.
it's very inconvenient. You can't.
To people around you as well, not just to yourself, but like
Yeah, so then
to
you
your
feel
family and
exactly.
friends.
So you feel like you're putting strain on your relationship with other people because first of all, you're not accepting the food they offer.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not eating with them, and you have to eat at certain times with certain food. So it gets kind of difficult. When we went on our road trip, it was. Yeah, like I said, we had to pull on the side of the road and cook food there. That being said, there's many variations to this diet.
For
Some
sure.
people-
We went as hardcore as possible.
Yeah,
Carnivore diet is like you can eat animal-based products. Like
Yeah.
people go that far where it's like you can eat, you know, butter, eggs. You can eat. Some people even go as far as like you get milk.
Yeah, and
then
like-
it doesn't sound like carnivore, but like,
and they drink alcohol or
Yeah,
whatever,
you-
like they have consumed the spices as well. Like,
Right.
So,
Yeah, we just went, you know, super hardcore. That's kind of like what we do. We like to go
yeah.
100%. So we,
Very
you know,
polarized.
we went like lion diet, ruminant animals. Like
Yeah,
a lot of
and that's
people
what
like
I
they
did.
can eat bacon.
Yeah.
They can eat like female bacon,
Yeah.
burgers, sausages, whatever they want. Right. So that would be a lot easier, I think. So I think net for us, it was a negative.
Yeah, so I don't regret doing the diet
No.
because I think it was more of a mental toughness exercise. I didn't see many benefits physically and mentally, but I did have to really pay attention to what I was doing and my thought processes, and even documenting the diet daily was good for us, I think.
For sure, I think it was great for discipline. Also, I think like scientifically, it's just as important to find out if something doesn't work for you, just as important as it is to find out something that does work for you. You know what I'm saying? So now we can rule out, okay, I might get breakouts not due to my diet, but maybe it's due to like my hormone levels when I exercise, spike in testosterone or something like that. Being able to cross that off the list, let's say you have an autoimmune disease, you have eczema or some kind of autoimmune disease that has to do with inflammatory response.
This might be something
This
to
would
try
be,
out.
yeah, exactly. It would be something that you could test, and then you would know for certain, okay, it's not my diet that's causing this. And I think that's huge, right? Because then you can just cross that off the list and then move on to the next.
We wanted this to
Yeah.
be like a miracle cure, like,
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
super high energy, like absolutely beautiful skin, great attitude. But to be honest, sometimes I know hanging out with us was annoying because we would be talking about the food we missed or what we ate that day, and Dylan
Just
had to hear
reminiscing.
all about that. Yeah,
Just
so.
reminiscing about the times where we could just eat anything we wanted.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, it gave us a great appreciation for a variety of food. Do we recommend you do the diet? I mean, that's up to you. You have to have a why to why you want to do this diet. For me, it was like this curiosity, and I've had some skin issues, so that's why I wanted to do
this diet. Also because we weren't traveling, I thought it would be a good chance to do something this extreme.
Obviously, it's like the benefits need to outweigh the negatives, right? So it's like the upsides, say even autoimmune disease, the upsides, if it cures your autoimmune disease, the upsides are like infinite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But since we don't have autoimmune diseases,
It was more of a negative experience.
It was
than
more.
positive one.
Yeah, so the upsides weren't that high. I mean, even if it did make me feel really good, I don't know if I actually would continue. Having the ability to eat whatever I want and like experience, because if I you know, many times I was like, if I was on my deathbed, you know, and then I was like, I decided to go like, you know, with this diet forever because I felt better, I would like regret it at the end of the day, because having all those experiences with like different foods and flavors and varieties of meals honestly is way outweighs like it would outweigh if I felt a little bit better incrementally.
Yeah, it's like, okay, maybe it'll shorten my life by 5 years, but I'll have a way more enjoyable life. It just depends on your choice,
Right,
how you want to
exactly.
live your life. Thanks for listening to our super long reflection.
Yeah, alright, yeah, I'm gonna go eat whatever I want.
Yeah, so I
Thanks for coming along.
homemade ice cream.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.